Hey guys, it's Jinx Simmer coming at you from my computer, and this is my little corner apartment renovation. Ha ha ha. See, I didn't mess up my intro. I needed that, okay? I needed to not mess up the intro. Okay, so I had some issues doing this apartment because I wanted to cover up, the whole little someone died here thing going on down there on the floor. And I didn't know how exactly to cover it other than putting a bunch of crap right there. And I just had to make sure that I could put a bunch of crap right there because I didn't want the door or anything to be right there. And you'll see a bunch of times where I make little transitions in the beginning and then I think again towards the end just because I had to cut out a bunch. It took me a really long time to come up with the floor plan because it was just unless you wanted to, watch me do a floor plan for about 30-45 minutes instead of, the first couple minutes of this, then, by all means, go ahead. But anyways, I finally started furnishing, which is awesome. This renovation is the first in my apartment renovation series. I'm doing random apartments around San Myshuno just because I feel like I take way too long to make a build, and the next build for my Oasis Springs facelift series that I'm doing, I need a moment to do that. That's gonna take me a really long time. Like I need to dedicate a whole day to that, and honestly, these are so much shorter. They're so much easier to edit. They're so much easier to do. And honestly, I felt like my furnishing game could use a bit of a facelift itself. So I just want to take a step back, probably get a couple more, or actually take out a ton of CC because a lot of my build by CC I don't even use. Like there's very few things, and if it is, it's probably a recolor or something like that. I'll do recolors when it comes to build by stuff, but a lot of times I don't use a bunch of it, and it just kind of sits there for a while. And this is really a short renovation, but at the same time it's not because I feel like it took me about 3 or 4. I want to say it took me about like 3 or 4 hours, which normally is what takes me to furnish a 5-bedroom house. I think the last time I spent this long furnishing something was the last really big house I made. I spent this long on the furnishing, and it's like it shouldn't take that long for a tiny little apartment, but I just kept having different ideas here and there, and you'll see it in the video where I'll start doing something and it works, and then I take everything out because I hate it, and then see right there, I just took everything out because I hated it. There you go. I feel like I do that a lot when it comes to builds because I don't know, I just prefer a lot of times the in-game content that we already have compared to trying to use CC sometimes, and a lot of times people can't even download the CC if they don't already have it, and I mean I don't think anybody downloads my stuff, so I don't put links or anything because I'm pretty sure no one really downloads my stuff, and a lot of it I try to make it so that it's mostly in-game content, so even if you don't have the CC that I do, you can still use the house without, killing anyone. Oh, okay. I was worried for a second. I was like, what? How long is this clip? Wait a second. I know because I spent a really weird amount of time in the kitchen because kitchens are probably one of my favorites. I feel like I'm really starting to like living rooms now just because I do a bunch of things nowadays. But before, kitchens were my absolute favorite, and they still are, always the first thing that I do in a house is the kitchen. I don't know about anybody else, but that's just me. I love to furnish a kitchen. It's just necessary on so many different levels. I feel like this particular apartment, as you'll see later on when I start putting the wallpaper and stuff up, doesn't really make sense because I wanted it to be for a certain sim, and the sim I had in mind was probably going to end up being Noelle. And she was my sim that I made last week, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was last week. Anyway, I freaking love her. She's so cute. And I don't know, I felt like she needed her own little spot to, call her own and whatnot. So I decided to give her this apartment right next to the apartment I want to make for my current household. I'm basically furnishing this whole place because I need my current household sim to have friends and, people to talk to in townies and whatnot. Because, no offense to the Sims team, I adore the Sims so much, but I am so bored of those townies. So I need something else. But anyway, back to the apartment. It's built a little strangely, I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird mix of old pieces, new pieces, and everything in between just because I feel like the landlord really wanted to renovate the apartment, but I feel like Noelle, being in the emergency that she was in, that she needed an apartment right then and there, so she's fine with this not being a perfect place, but she needs a place to stay. And I know I didn't say a lot about Noelle when I did the creative sim for her. I'm pretty sure I was talking about something else completely. She definitely has a bit of a past where she was in a very difficult position and in a very different relationship that she probably shouldn't have been in. And I'm not definitely not even sure of everything that went on, but she needed to leave right then and there, and so she left, and now she's in San Myshuno, in this busy city with a lot of people because she needed to leave for whatever reason, whatever purpose. And she's very quiet about what went on in her life beforehand. She doesn't say a lot. Even to people that she's friends with now, she doesn't really tell them anything too personal about herself. She's very secretive despite how she's supposed to be, I guess. And with this apartment, I decided to make it look like it needed some help in certain parts. So that's why the walls are so weird. You'll see me change it towards the end, but I end up actually completely changing how I did the bedroom. At least where the bed is, I change it up a little bit. Well, I changed the way that sorry, I needed to burp. But yeah, I changed the way that I did it, I guess. Yeah, I changed the way it's laid out, for sure. But I love the kitchen. I feel like it's so cool. It's so, super modern. Whereas the rest of the house is a little bit more traditional, a little bit more, you know, contemporary feeling. I feel like Noelle likes the more industrial kind of look of things, but at the same time, she's not opposed to a more traditional look. And which is crazy because she freaking wears overalls all the time, but I'm not mad. Most definitely not. And I ultimately decided that that was going to be the quirk about this apartment, was that she didn't have to, because she needed it in such a rush. The landlord didn't get a chance to update a lot of things or change a bunch of stuff. So there's like these this crazy box here, these pipes that leak and all that kind of stuff. And Noelle didn't care. She just needed a place to stay. She didn't need anything fancy. She wasn't too, keen on. She didn't care, to be honest. She just needed it. And she needed it to work. That's all. Stuff needed to work. That's all. That's probably the only thing. And I like how I changed this from a second restroom to a little cat corner, I guess. And I don't know, I just feel like Noelle would have a cat. She'd be that lady with, a cat. That's it, though. She'd just have one. And I love how I do the bedroom. When I start changing it around, I love how I do it. And I love the bed itself. It's really cool. Like I said, I use a ton of, I mostly like recolors right now. So I tend to go not necessarily on trends, but more so I just have a season for what I like. And right now I really like recolors. Right now I don't too much love any type of alpha. To be honest, I mean, I love looking at it and seeing pictures of it in other people's games, but it in my game, I'm just kind of like, no, not really my thing. I do like, headboard in the wall trick, and then I pop these two, what are these? The little cubby thingies that you get from, what is it? Parenthood or toddler stuff, one of those. Just pop that in there, and it looks so cool. I actually really like it a lot. And I love her bedroom. Her bedroom is probably one of my favorite spots. The first is probably the living room. It's so green and lush and amazing, and I love it. And I love that her place still has a very modern feel, but still a very traditional touch all at the same time. I feel like that's really cool. It kind of says a little bit about how she is as a person, where she kind of doesn't care about certain things, and she's just, comfortable in her own skin. And I love Noelle. She's just so cute. And she's definitely one of my favorite Sims as of right now. We'll see how that changes by the end of this. But yeah. So I'm about to get into the screenshots. So if you guys like, definitely like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you guys think, tell me what you would do in this apartment, or if you have a renovation that you want me to watch, definitely link it below, I guess. I get a lot of... Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. I was gonna go on a rant, and no, I don't have time, so I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time on my computer. Thank you so much. Bye.